All right. How we doing? Did we make it to Facebook? Should call it faceplant. Two minutes ago, and one person's watching. One of my gloves. We need gloves. I need some gloves. Tell you what, folks, it sure was nice not losing all my heat by having that filter in place yesterday. I really like that filter. Oh, these are painful days coming. Don't you know? Oh. Start off the morning on the rooster crow. All the Curtis Love was the finest picker ever to play the blues. All right, guys and gals, if there's any out there. Oh, my wrist. This is how we make the rims. We make the rims. We make the rims. Get these glued up. We'll start on that neck. We got to do 2 of these for the next 14 days. Ah, that hurts. Can't do that one by hand. Well, pity the fool that wants to arm wrestle. This one goes up here. We got anybody watching? One person.
Hey, we got one person. Yeah. This one's got to be sanded here. Got everything up here. Ready for sanding. Damn, ready for sanding. Ah, look at all this metal. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh. Good gravy. Yeah. Shake this bucket down. Where's the B bucket? Here's the B bucket. See, we gotta do 2 of these a day. 2 a day, 2 a day. You gotta do 2 a day. Oh, come on, man. What a way to wake up. Cook breakfast for everybody. And then do this. Get your old blood pumping every morning. I don't think so, but he's good. Oh, that was stuck. This one needs sanded. Oh, sanded finally does. Oh, yeah. Gotta sand. I hate sanding when it's this cold. But we got the new filtration system. We can sand all we want. Oh, I guess sorry. Come on, you know you want to go. Oh, yeah, there you go. And of course, you start getting really hot when you start working. 2 people. Hey, 2 people. And you get really hot when you start to do all that snot. Hope everybody out there is doing fine today. Oh, yeah. Look at y'all pointed in my direction so you can see what I'm doing. Now you can see what the heck I'm doing. 3 people already. Hey, 3 people. I'm just sitting there trying to figure out what happened last night. I wake up and got crazy news about, let's just see, troops going to Iran. I'm like, what? And they're like, what? I'm like, I didn't know about that. If anybody else hears about that, let me know. Email me, contact me. I want to make sure that's just not some kind of crazy internet talk. Crazy internet talk. Yeah, we're making rims today. Making reservoir. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a workout. Kind of get your blood going. Ooh, in the morning. I like doing this stuff. It's fun. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful job. Keeps the lifeblood going in me. Oh, can't you see? We use this stuff for walking pads because it is soft, man. It's nice. You walk on there, man. It's like having memory foam inside your shoes. I'd have cut me some up for my shoes. Ooh, those are the heavy ones there, man. Hey, is that a like? I think that's a like. We have a like already. Thank you. You guys are awesome. You're better than a pet possum. Oh, yeah. Hope everybody out there is having a good day today. These are seeds. This kid goes in. This one goes there. We're getting ready to glue up some. So we're getting ready to sand, actually. That don't take but a minute. Let's see. It's a say. Oh, man. I feel like I've been hit by a truck. Oh, come on, arms. Get to work here. Oh. Any comments yet? I got 3 people. Yeah, it's crazy out there. So peaceful right now. I seen my mom a little while ago. She was scurrying about in the kitchen. Don't see her right now. She was ate her breakfast bars, or as I can tell. Still got to go search to make sure she's not just throwing them away or something. Which is okay too, but I need to know if she's eating it. I don't care if she throws them away. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh man, I have time. Ooh, that looked like a bee. It's not. Actually, we don't have to sand, do we? We got 2 here, 2 there. And we got maybe just sand at 1. We don't even have to do that. Because we got 2 more bees here. So to prevent dust, what we could do is just do this one. I'm talking to myself, y'all. This one. And those are done. We just glue up some A's. Save all the sanding until later today. That way we don't get dust in here. Interesting. I'm glad I got them extra ones done. For today, just like today. Now, since this is a C, all we gotta do is press this one out. I'll show y'all how we do that here in a minute. We'll do 2 of them here. Set this one to the side. We'll have to sand it. All right. Sullivan sells banjo rims to many companies. He also makes his own brands, but Sullivan takes my rims and they end up in many different brands across the United States. So if you want one of these, he'll sell you. Now the Rezos are his. He's doing that many Rezos. Yeah, I bet he makes a lot of banjos a year, but he also makes parts for other companies. So if you're a banjo builder, you can call the Sullivan Banjo Company, get rims and Rezos and things that you don't really want to, unless you're making hundreds of banjos. Why steam bend your own rims when you can get some of these awesome rims from Sullivan? So yeah, he in a way he is making a lot of them, but also there's a couple things going on. He's always got 200 stored for himself that are called seasoned rims. So every year he replenishes that stock. He also has stock that is seasoned that he sells to customers. I can't name the clients because obvious reasons. They don't even tell me most of them. But yeah, my rims end up in pretty much everybody's banjos, man. But if you want one, just call him, man. That's what he does. See, a lot of people think that he keeps all this himself. No, he sells rims. If you look on his website, and they're my rims. I mean, I probably got some from other people too, I think. But that's one of the things he does. So if you need like 25 of these or 10 of these, you can call that guy and get them cheaper than most anybody. Making sure that wasn't a nurse. Yeah, so he builds a lot and he sells a lot of parts. At one time, they had a whole warehouse full of every part. But from what I'm understanding, it's harder to get metal parts these days. So I don't know if they still have all the metal parts, but they definitely got the wood parts. They got to go somewhere, dude. I've made a couple thousand of them. He's the only guy buys them. I try not to ask questions, I'm like, as long as they're buying them, don't even ask where they're going. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy somebody's buying them. But they are really good quality. So yeah, man, when you consider people seasoned professional banjo players, builders will stock 20 or 30 of these in a dry room, and they call that seasoning. And they'll let them set for a year, 2 years. And seasoned rims cost more than fresh rims. I know that. But yeah, he builds a lot of banjos. He fixes a lot of banjos. There's a ton of banjos out there that are like the pot got run, the pot assembly's cracking. A lot of these older banjos, the rims will start splitting because people don't know how to adjust the necks. So they torque those truss rods, and the truss rods cause the wood to bend, which cracks up all this glue, and then the glue starts separating in the humidity. So a lot of my rims go into repairing old Gibsons. So that's just kind of how it is. It's like a mother of pearl. We don't make any Gibson mother of pearl. Like we don't sell any Gibson parts or banjos as a complete banjo. But because banjo necks are so skinny, that neck always breaks. And if you can't fix it, then we can duplicate that. But we don't duplicate the whole banjo. Now I'm talking not Sullivan, I'm talking me. But I can sell parts. I can't sell you a whole Gibson. But yeah, man, he buys these things for years. Every one I can make, dude. Either Rezos and I've made all kinds of stuff, man. He has sent me one time somebody had a mahogany bedroom suit, and I made a rim and a Rezo from the mahogany bedroom suit from Sullivan. So he also has me do custom work. I used to try to sell it like on the internet. And there's so many fires around here in the last couple of days. And used to try them, but he would just buy everything. So I just said, heck with it. I'm just gonna sell that one guy, and he can distribute it to everybody else. And there's something really weird going on in my neighborhood, guys. I gotta tell y'all some crazy stuff. I've been driving around, and like yesterday, I took my buddy to get his motorcycle, and there are so many telephone poles taken out, and I can't really figure out why. All of a sudden, within 2 weeks, there's been like 10 or 15 telephone pole wrecks, and I'm not talking just hitting a telephone pole. I mean, they take the whole telephone pole out and hit a house like they were going 100 miles an hour. And I have never seen that in my life around here. I see maybe one a month, and usually it's normal wrecks. But as far as for some reason people are getting attracted to telephone poles, I don't know why. Yeah, man, down here on the last one I seen was on the way home yesterday, 2 blocks from me. Somebody had took out a whole telephone pole and took out the corner of the house that was on the corner. And right down here, somebody took out telephone pole. I think 2 telephone poles and hit the bank. So either people's cars are malfunctioning or their brains are malfunctioning or something. So be careful around telephone poles. They're jumping out in front of people. I can't read this. I have to read the chat over here. Can I get them? You have to buy them from Eric. I don't know if he sells them or not. I make them for him. I got a whole set of them right up there that are ready to be glued. But I'm kind of waiting on oak growth rims have to be made from this wood I got in the backyard. It's ancient. And the problem is it's so hard that it chews up my bandsaw blades pretty bad. So I wait till I get all this regular wood cut, and then I cut the old factory floor at the end of the month or something until it breaks more of my blades, and I go back to the regular wood because I can't afford to get on blades. But I probably got enough to make another 100 here, but you have to talk to Eric, man. I can't sell anything to anybody. And this is a completed reso. Look how round it is. That's why the guy buys everything I make, man. It's just, I take pride in getting those gaps out. There ain't no gaps. Sometimes I see a shadow, kind of gives me a small heart attack because I think, oh, it's a gap, but it's really a shadow, and you turn it, it's not even a gap. Now, these are solid maple rims. They would probably be going on a banjo like a Sierra. I think Sullivan makes a festival that has solid maple, but they're all his. They're all going somewhere. Yeah, I remember when I first started making these, I was only expecting to maybe make, I don't know, 2 or 3 a month, maybe 4 a month. I think I had some kind of system where it was 4. And just to help me out on bills, and I was teaching music. But then he was like, I'll take care of every one you can make. And then I had to switch into this mode. Taking care of my mom, though, I can't work full time. But I do other things for Eric too, man. I make rezos. I cut pearl parts that are for repairs. Make jigs. Pocket ebony. And I'll probably end up making necks now that I can make necks here. Find it so much easier because, man, I was scared to death of sales. Sales is like, I am not a good salesman. And I'm just glad that he buys them all, or I wouldn't be able to do any of this. I can tell you one thing, man. Every time one of them goofy movies comes out, like "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" or "Cold Mountain," or like Bonnie and Clyde, Deliverance, banjo sales skyrocket. But we're in the middle of a communist takedown. I don't think there's going to be any movies that makes people like anything that has to do with the South for a while, unless it comes out of the South. Like Lady Ballers, that came out in Nashville. Lady Ballers cracked me up. Old school, like 70s comedy. I got a crooked one. Yeah, you can't force them things out, or you'll break that glue. So we do not force things here. You just shift the pressure. You do not want to force anything. Oh, I gotta stand up. Yeah, you wouldn't want to buy a factory frame for me anyway. I would charge you 10 times what Eric would. Because I would probably lose my job, so you're gonna have to pay for that. That's gonna cost $40,000. I never understood that about the bluegrass world, man. Like I used to work at a glass company, and they fired a guy over taking about $5 or $10 worth of glass out of the factory uh, for his own personal use. But in the bluegrass industry, people will walk up to you and, hey, I'd like some of those. I'd like to buy some of those. Well, yeah, I'd like to too. But you caused me to lose my $50,000 a year job. I think I'm going to have to charge you that much in case I lose my job. But they do it, man. Man, back in the 90s, there were so many bootleg Gibsons going around. It was amazing. I couldn't believe people were doing it. I was like, what the hell? Just buy you a Gibson. They cost the same. But I'm glad that people like Stanley Tone came out with a Frank Mead. And then there's that guy Henderson. Man, he makes a badass banjo. What was that guy's name? Huber. There's a guy in Nashville called Huber. Man, that guy's banjos. One of my students brought one in. They're as good as Sullivan. I would say they're about neck and neck, man. Then I met that guy, the real McCoy. What's his name? Hatfield. He's really a Hatfield. He lives down here. He makes badass banjos. Pretty cool. All right, so that's done. I'll show you an old growth piece of wood. This right here is old factory floor, man. You can tell by the nail holes. It's got nail holes in it. Look at the grain on that stuff. Especially if you look at, well, you can't really see. Look how tight that grade is, man. This wood here is from a building that was torn down in 1876. So 1876, 1976, 1976. 1879. 100 years. 150 years. Plus the tree was probably 200 years old when they cut it down. I think somebody said they dated one of these by the rings one time at 480 years old. So when it was cut down, so 400 or 500-year-old pieces of wood, man. But we call it off for old factory floor, and that's an A section. But I save up those till I get enough to make a bunch of rims. Okay, so what we got to do is we got to glue, got to sand 1A. Or do I? No, I don't. I could just make a couple of A's. So let's start with the C's here. I'll turn you guys back around. So if I make 2 C's, I still got 2 B's, and by then I'll have more A's. All right, so I'll turn you guys back over to this direction. And as soon as we do this, we're going to cut that neck, final neck cut there will be today. Yeah, that old factory floor, man, I tell you, it's a pain in the butt. You probably only get like a 10% success rate out of all the wood you're cutting. Whereas with a fresh cut soft maple, I'm getting 90% of the wood I need. I guess we'll just do this. So there's a huge loss in doing it. And it eats up every bit you got, like this, the bandsaw and the CNC bits. And it is not an easy wood by no means. All right, here we go. Ooh. The reason I hold this like this is so the air don't blow me in the face. Yeah, I like making rounds. Yeah, I'm still doing the block and pegs. We're cutting a neck. Gibson African Blackwood bagpipes. Pretty awesome, man. That's cool. Oh, I don't need these. I'm still asleep, man. Whew. I didn't sleep good last night. Seems like we're having some wars popping up all over the place. That's never good. I hope my cousin's out of the army completely. He was a contractor. He was over there. Hate that stuff, man. Unnecessary war. War. The initials stand for "We Are Right." I wish they had one of them stun guns like in Star Trek. You just stun them all. Go pick them up, put them in jail. Quit shooting rockets at ships, you goofballs. Get a hobby. Start raising goats. No offense. Find something, man. You get too much time on your hands if you're blowing stuff up. Or at least put on a uniform that we can see. Determine you from the civilians. Or civilians. We always get wiped out in the middle of all that stuff. Yeah, bagpipes are awesome, man. I'd like to have me some bagpipes. I wouldn't know what to do, but I would learn. I liked it when AC/DC put bagpipes in one of their songs. What was it? Thunder? Was that the name of it? It was pretty cool. Let me see if I can. I can't get these texts to read over here. Yeah. By the way, when the neck gets done, those blocking pegs, we're going to be making the bolt together. No glue blocking peg. Long way to the top. If you want to play banjo, that's what they should have said instead of rock and roll. Long way to the top. If you're going to play a banjo, yeah, they rock, man. I remember when I was a kid, I went to go see a Kiss concert. Snuck away. Parents wouldn't let me go, and they uh, they were opened by Kiss. I mean, AC/DC opened for them. Nobody ever really heard of AC/DC. Bon Scott was singing, and Kiss got booed off the stage, man, and they had to bring AC/DC back out. I think it was Highway to Hell. I think that was the album that they were doing. But yeah, man, I was all excited to see Kiss, and then all of a sudden this AC/DC. I was like, who are these guys? And they tore it up. Man, they was rocking it. It was kind of like all of a sudden, although I like Kiss, but Kiss become not as rocking as AC/DC. AC/DC tore the house down. That guitar player was on the shoulders of I guess it was Von Scott running through the audience and shit. Wow, what a night that was. Reminds me of the time I got to see Marshall Tucker Band on accident. I was at a theme park at a all night concert, not concert event. They opened up a theme park all night for grads, senior grads, and I was drinking some beers, didn't have to drive home, and I decided to sit down on this park bench. I think it was like midnight is when it opened, so it's probably 1 a.m. And I kept hearing this Marshall Tucker music, and I kept thinking it was coming from the speakers because I didn't think there was a concert going on. I was like, well, that sounds a little bit like a live show. So I started walking around and exploring. I turned around this corner in the gate, and there was Marshall Tucker and about 50,000 people. I had no idea because I had just left that morning. Somebody told me. I didn't know it was what was going on, but they gave me a ticket to the theme park. I was like, yeah, I'll go up there. And there they were, man. I sat there in the front row. I don't know how I got in the front row, but somehow I had weaseled my way up front, and I just watched them guys jam. And man, they could rock. They did those long breaks, breakdowns. I shouldn't be using these small ones on here. I have to go back and replace these. These are biggies. Yeah, Marshall Tucker Band. But I'll never forget thinking it was in my head because I had a beer buzz going on. I was like, what? That's not live, is it? And then boom, there they were. It was a really cool concert. I'd never seen Marshall Tucker till that time. And they truly do play live and good music. I got to see Molly Hatchet one time for like $1. Some radio station giving out a promotion, and I think there was 102 was their call letter, so they were selling tickets short time for $1 to Marshall to a bunch of bands, but Molly Hatchet's the one I got. So I was on 10, 15 rows back, and there was Molly Hatchet. When I was in the military, I got to see what was her name? That chick rock star. I hate myself for loving you. What was her name? Oh, I can't remember. She also did something got a jukebox. And that was one of them concerts to where like they didn't sell enough front row seats. So as soon as the concert started, everybody just pushed through the security and got to the front rows that were empty. Jonah Jett, that was her name. Jonah Jett. I don't know why I can't see the text over here. It keeps the screen keeps messing up. I have to wait to look at y'all's questions here till I get this done. I'll take off the gloves. Jonah Jett. I'll never forget seeing a Willie Nelson concert when I was probably like 19. My buddy had won some free tickets to Willie Nelson concert, and we kept thinking we need to find some, uh, you know, beer and stuff, and we never could. Somehow it ended up we got there, only had time to get in, bought us a couple beers at the stand, but they were so outrageously expensive. We decided we just going to drink that beer and that would be it, and get beer later. And when Willie Nelson came out on stage, people started lighting up joints, and we had bleacher seats because they were free from a radio station. So we're up top, and we were like, "What's all that?" And all of a sudden, this giant cloud of smoke, and I'm talking like a football stadium, started coming up. We were like, "Oh, that's people smoking pot." And by the time we figured it out, it was like Fog City where we were. I was like, I thought all that was a joke, but man, the people really did party. And, needless to say, we left there quite happy. And we did get beer later on that night, but turns out it was unnecessary. Cracked me up though. I'd never seen that many people smoking pot at one time. And this is Kentucky. We see it a lot, but not like that. But he did all them hits. He did Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain and all that stuff. Man, it was good. I think that was when he was in his prime. I liked Willie Nelson. He wrote most of Patsy Cline's hits. He wrote Crazy, Crazy, Crazy. Yeah. Never got to see Willie Nelson. I always wanted to see him. I'm not going to press these today. Oh, that's heavy. Who else I got to see? I got to see Ted Nugent, Steve Miller. I got to see Steve Miller, but his band was sick. So he had a replacement band that did damn near as good. Got to see John Denver and Elvis Presley. I seen Elvis's last concert with my cousin Billy. I think he was 12, 13 years old, maybe 10, 1974. Yeah, probably 10, 11 years old. I got to see the big Elvis. The biggie. Scooby-Doo. Where are all the seas? Where are all the seas? I'm gonna have to stop and count this stuff later. See if I got enough C's. Finish the order. C, D, B, 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 B's. Definitely got enough B's. What happened to all my C's? B, C, B, C, B, C, A, 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 A. Yeah, I might have to see him bin tomorrow. Oh, there's some C's over there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's start steam bending. We'll do that tomorrow. I could have swore I had enough C's to finish all that. Let's put some of this on here and we'll look over there and sort some. Alright, so let's take, I got glue on my, let's take these. These are, anyway. So, these over here. These over here. Oh, yeah. Come on, guys. So, what do we got here? A's, A's, A. Sure, we got a lot of A's, man. Alright, so those are A's. This is A. Let's come back down. Over these. Those in. Let's see. Here you go. Alright, so we got a zillion A's and B's, and we need a bunch of C's, which means they're in them tubes right there. I gotta do some cutting this week. Alright, let's see what y'all said on the, said anything on here? Yeah, he does. Yeah, Kiss was a pop band to me, especially after seeing AC/DC, man. AC/DC, that's rock and roll. That reminded me of like Deep Purple and Ozzy Osbourne and all that stuff, but better. Yeah, I've hung out a lot with Ralph Stanley and Larry Sparks and them, but I was in my 20s and I was working for them, so I didn't get to party with them. But I partied with Keith Whitley, and that's how I met Keith Whitley. Is he was Ralph Stanley's lead singer, and we used to hang out. And then the Air Force sent me to Nashville. Uh, and then Keith Whitley moved to Nashville, started dating Lori Morgan. He he looked me up, and I hung out with him 4 or 5 times. Him and Junior Blankenship and Stuart Duncan from who was Stuart with? Stuart was Larry Sparks' fiddle player. I met him at the same time I met Keith. And Ralph Stanley and Larry Sparks and Bill Monroe we were their opening act in a band called the Kentucky Ramblers. And our booking agent was C.R. Wilson. And we opened up for those guys for about 3 years while I was with the band. Then I got transferred to Tennessee to the Tennessee Air National Guard. And I had to drop out of the band. Yeah, Ralph was cool, man. One time, man, my banjo broke right before I got on stage at his festival in McClure, Virginia. I mean, dude, I was just standing there and my banjo head went pow! Sounded like a gunshot. Scared the hell out of everybody. And we were the next on stage. And Ralph Stanley walked up and handed me his banjo. I about to shit my drawers, dude. I was like, wow, Ralph Stanley handed me his banjo. Oh my God. It was an arch top, a Stanley tone, silver one. I was really tripping my balls. I was like, whoa. It'd be like Chuck Berry coming up handing you his guitar. It's like that's what it was like to me. Like, damn. And I got to play a whole set. That same night, I seen Ralph and his bus player get drunk. And I guess probably somewhere around 2 o'clock, they decided they were going to quit drinking forever. That's how drunk they were. And they threw their bottles of whiskey out the bus. You could hear them talking and loud. And I guess they went to bed or passed out or whatever. And the next morning, I wake up about 8, and they're out there searching through this whole patch of ivy where they threw those liquor bottles out, looking for the liquor bottles because they wanted to get rid of that hangover. Cracked me up, man. Yeah, he was like, "Where'd you throw it?" And he had his Curly Ray was out there with him. I don't know, Ralph. It's out here somewhere in the bush. You better find it. That was cracking me up, man. But the night before they were going to quit. Some good times, man. I always wanted to continue doing that. Doesn't really, I don't think it's around much anymore. It sure was fun going to all them hillbilly cities and playing in the mountains up there and Maggie Valley and Ashland, Kentucky, and it just kept going and going and going. What was that place there we used to go to in Virginia? McClure, Virginia. That was a beautiful place. No. Yeah. Maybe I don't know. All of Virginia is awesome. The mountain parts, anyway. There's the gap. So on the New River, really gorgeous. Berkeley, that's what it was. Berkeley, West Virginia. Beckley, West Virginia. That place. We used to play up there. People had these little my arms are burning from yesterday's exercise. Oh, that'll pop your back in a minute. Pop my back in a minute. All right, so let's see here. We gotta do 1A. We really don't have to do an A because one's over there, but we're going to do one anyway because we're making an extra one. And then we're going to cut the rest of that neck out. I will take a short peanut butter and crackers break here to give my mom something to eat too. Poor mom. She's hanging in there, man. Thought she was going to pass away in September. Got so bad I was packing my shit and ready to move. Then she just came back to life with a. Found out she would eat those candy bars. She quit eating everything. Now I got her back into eating pizza again. All right, so now we got. Let's do one more of these. I'll put another A together. That way we have an extra 80. Yeah, this looks like an A. A. Yeah. Ooh. No, you don't. No, you don't. All right. It's kind of goofy, but it'll work. Give me some A's, don't you know where? If I had employees, I'd have them make these things all day. I can't wait for the neck to be finished today. Probably going to put the fret holes in it too. Luckily, today's work don't take that long. We got to shave the headstock. I don't like that, but that could be sanded out. Shave the headstock. Put the frets in, fret holes. Take the outline. And the only thing I'm not sure of right now is where the nut goes. So I'm going to put it on the fret making devices 0 fret because that's where they put the 0 fret. Should have been there, but that's all right. We can adjust it here in a minute. Is this as far as you want to go until you get the glue? Yeah, we get this one glued up. I'm taking a saltine cracker break, and then we'll finish that neck off today. Got 2 people gonna finish the neck today. I don't know what to say. Really, things are on their way, but then hey, spam. Let's leave that one slightly tight. My doctor's like, "How do you stay so skinny?" I'm like, "I work and I don't have money for food." Oh, yep. Just like most Americans right now. Man, they say there's this big convoy headed for the border of Texas, and I'm kind of like, it sounds like a trap to me or a money-making scheme. It might be real. You never know. You never know. You're going down there to close the border, and it's a bad term because you're not really closing the border. You're more or less directing people to the gates because the gates are still there. The border has never been closed because there's always been gates that you can go through. I don't want that C-clamp. This. So we got all that craziness down there, man. It's like, go through the gates, fool. Maybe they need to build more gates. If I was in charge, I'd be putting me some judges down there and finding out who's qualified to come in or not right there. And let the good ones in and take the criminals, be like, I don't think so. We're just going to hold you over here until we figure out what the heck happened to you. Or you can go back home. It's your choice. But, they won't do nothing like that. They're the government. They can't do anything right. Poor guys. It's like we have our own special ed class. It's called the politicians. They all know. Things like promises, great things. All right, so put this one down, wipe off the table. Oh, that's hard to do. I have to build me a hoist up there to lift these things out for that. And then we're going to finish this deck here in a few minutes, y'all. So let me get my mom some food. And then we'll start putting the final touches on this neck. I would like to get it completely done today. All right. So I'm going to let you guys hang out here for a little while. Thanks for the likes. And I'm going to go get me a cracker sandwich. Take my mom her little biscuit things. So give me a few minutes, then we'll cut out this neck. Take my mom some biscuit things. And you guys are still on the microphone with me, even if you can't see me. So for supper, she doesn't really, for lunch, she doesn't get the candy. She gets the granola stuff, the healthy stuff. For breakfast, she gets candy. So. Ooh, only got 2 for her. We'll just have to add one of these Lucky Charms things until I get to the grocery store tomorrow. Take her 7-Up. And she loves paper plates. She collects them. There's a Sprite for you. Gotta open it up for her because she can't open them. Give me a paper plate. Let's take her. Hope she's not crying and all that. Kind of makes me feel bad. Can't do nothing about it. This week she's been pretty happy. I do wish there was something I could get her to do. All right. Hey, Mom, here comes your lunch. Hey, Mom. There you are. You waiting on me, ain't you? Okay. That's all right. Here you go. Yeah. Oh boy. Thank you. You're welcome. I'll cook us hamburgers for tonight, but I got to go to Kroger's to get some buns. But I'll check on you a little bit, okay? Well, she was happy and waiting on me. That's unusual. It's like I'm living in bizarro world today. All right, I'm gonna put my hat down while I eat some crackers and peanut butter. I'll talk to y'all in a few minutes. Let's see, read these letters real quick. Make sure I'm not missing them. I don't know about no art still. is back. Now it's time to do the neck. If I can get this thing to hit my glasses here. All right, so I'll put you guys back on the neck side. I want to put you on the neck side. Sure. Man. Don't spill my tea. Don't spill my tea. If you don't mind, please. Let's plug you in. Got all kinds of gadgets and trickery things going on here for the old computer world. I'll get you guys over here. Let's move this thing away from here. Put it on a desk, maybe. Yeah, I can do that. Let's just set it right here. Just scoot it back just a little bit. Yeah, I did some shows with her at the station inn, and her name, man, I haven't thought about her in years. She was the old lady with the rolling pin on Hee Haw, but she happens to be a world-class banjo player. Did not know that, and got to do shows with her. We raised money for retarded children through a company called ARC, Association for Retarded Children. And yeah, man, she was awesome. A downright dynamite banjo player. You never would have thought about that, being you see all that stuff on TV. So one thing I noticed about working on a TV thing like Opryland is all the different things they do with TV that you'd never see. Pretty cool. See, okay, so we got this. What we want to do is we want to do a rough in on the other neck. Let's see, here's this stuff. Turn this on. Get this up here. 4 likes. Thank y'all. Come on. I need to get me one of them USB extenders. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm doing the roughing for the headstock. We want to save that. Because there is a network going on here. Where's the network drives? So we're on E. No, we're not on E. We're on CNC, guitar neck, side B. We got the fretboard. Okay. So what we're doing now is we're going to we're going to shave off this thing. And let's turn this on. It's on pause. Hey, it's Lynn. What's up, Lynn? Ronnie Stallman. Yeah, who was Ronnie Stallman? I played with her a lot of times in little bars in Nashville, doing that art thing. And I also played at the same time with Wayne Oldham, who used to own all the Wendy's, was an awesome ragtime piano player. So it was me, Ronnie Stallman, Wayne Oldham, and my band. And then Ronnie Stallman had like her whole family there. They were all pickers and singers. We're going to try to make this real. First thing we're going to do is I'm trying to get the Aspire here to save uh, the roughing of the neck. And that will let me know if this is going to work right. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. Hope I ain't in y'all's way at the beginning here. Have to get all this loaded up. We'll bring the machine to me. Come here, my machine. Every time I operate this thing, I think about Frankenstein and the Terminator. They had to make a movie, The Frankenator, or the Termenstein. The Termenstein. He went back in time so he could get the ultimate knowledge from Dr. Frankenstein to build the Frankenator. I'm coming back. It was a really bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. Don't touch this without putting that on. Almost got my fingers cut off there. Daggone, Cosmic, what the hell you doing? The hell you think you're doing, man? And we look at the bit, see if it's not burnt. It's not burnt yet. Not burnt up. Yeah, man, Ronnie Stallman, she was very beautiful without her makeup on. Like they made her look ugly in that show, but she was super attractive. She had a really nice body, and that would surprise me. The first time I seen her, I didn't recognize her right off the bat until I seen her smile, and I was like, "Oh, I know who that is." Okay, so everything's going good here. We're gonna try to set the home. If y'all see me, you see me do this 1,000 times. I gotta put my finger here in case it don't work, because sometimes it don't work. Last thing he wants this thing destroying a whole bunch of stuff. And it worked. I can't believe it worked. And we've done this enough to know that we better check for home here. Because if you don't, then it always happens. It doesn't work. Yep, it's at the right place. Okay, so we go down here, and we're gonna set our Z to this leftover piece at the back of here. Because I'm not quite sure. See, normally I would have cut the fretboard off here and it wouldn't have mattered. But since I've never done this before, I made it a little too long, we're gonna just start it here, and then we can lower the height, and it'll be okay. And I redid that program this morning, so right when spam. Good. Thank you, phone. My phone knew that was spam. Okay, now we've set it to the height of the extra height of this fretboard here. I know you guys can't see that. Maybe I should bring you guys a little forward. Maybe. Ouch. I knocked you right in the head, didn't I? Did that help you any? A little bit. So, yart, by the way. And then we got extra wood here that should have been cut off by me because I've never made this fretboard before. So, anyway, we'll just start it there. That's what I just did. And we'll make sure that when we load this and cut this, that it starts at that height, and then we can drop it down to this height back here to the walnut. If it doesn't work right or if it works right, whatever happens, this is what we're gonna do. We open up this. My bifocals, I have to make myself look like I'm stretching my neck. Okay. It's so weird that I can just turn on this dust collector and I don't have to worry about it killing my heat. It's just so weird to be able to do this right here. That is cool. Okay, this broom is supposed to be way over here. Okay. You're doing good, buddy. All right, let's try this. Okay. I'll sit over here so y'all can see. Keep my finger on this button. We will know in about 2 seconds if this is going to do anything. This is a new part of the design we have never tested before, so we don't really know what's gonna what's gonna work. And yeah, I should. I used to try to write a little bit on Facebook every day, and my goal was to turn it into a book so I could remember all the stuff I remember. Let's speed this thing up. See, now I don't know why it does that, but maybe that's just where it's supposed to be. We'll find out. We're going to cut the frets next. Now that's perfect. That's exactly where I designed it to be. That makes me feel good. Yeah. Yeah, Lynn, I'm going to have to figure out how to get a dictating machine where I can talk in the microphone. I'll start telling all my old memories. Then organize them into a book. And see, I'm glad I did this here because it takes away all that excess material. Then I can reset the Z over here and it'll cut it out normal. And it's a matter of putting the fret slots in it and flipping it over and cutting it out. A little rough, could have used some sanding. We can do that once it's out. Now, see, I think there's something wrong. I'm pretty sure the fret holes are in the wrong place. The tuner holes. I think it's a bad neck. The tuner hose should have been up on top. I just noticed that. Damn. It's because I cut them in from the opposite side. Well, we're going to finish this neck anyway. We needed to know that. Just noticed that, man. That's all right. That's all right. We can pry that truss rod out there. But we'll finish this neck anyway. We just might leave it in there for a while. ah, see the tuner holes are going the wrong direction because I cut them on the opposite side. Ah, what a cheese mistake that was. But that's all right. That's all right. This is not the best thing. I mean, we knew this was going to happen on something. Ah, that's a bummer. That was such a pretty neck. It might be in the right spot. I don't know. It kind of looks like it now that it's. They might be in the right place. I'll be damned. They are in the right place. So, what's a good neck after all? We might just be able to turn this over and cut it out after we put the fret slots in there. Here's the decision I got to make. Well, I already know it's got to be thinner than that because I know what I'm doing. Don't second guess myself, guys. So what would happen? It would come up and leave me a shelf here, maybe? Let's try that. Supposedly, in theory, this is what's going to happen next. If this is working like it should be, we simply go down here and we reset the Z to the set the Z to the other's depth, which is right about there. Wow. Come on, you guys, quit getting all over my work. I'll cut it out. I'm not putting my fingers in there. Okay, so we want the Z to be this depth. Auto Z. And now the Z is at that depth. This should be leave me a shelf to put the uh, nut. good for not good for the old ears. I don't know what happened, but I don't know if that's supposed to be. I don't know. We'll find out. That's a good chunk of it, but you know. Anyways, it looks like it switched to the left or something. It definitely moved to the left for some reason. Yeah, I think the whole thing moved up and down. Oh, yeah, it was auto zero. Well, it ain't done yet, so still, it shouldn't have went that far. Yeah, I think it moved or something. I'm not sure what's going on. I know it took a big chunk out of the fretboard it shouldn't have. I thought I had all that fixed. Huh. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it looks good, but it took that chunk right there. And that's where the nut goes, but that's something we got to fine tune. It looked good on the software. All right. I mean, I guess it's in the right place, but it sure took out a big chunk of stuff. Let me go save this program because it's not working on my computer down here. I'll be right back. I mean, I'm on the mic. Y'all can talk to me on mic. Can't believe See it's been this thing. I don't know why it does that stupid overlap. That overlap is what caused that fretboard to get chewed out. Dang on it. That is a good looking neck. We have to finish it though. And then we have to research why it chews that out. That's not right. Doesn't show it on the simulation. So that was done. We got load finishing. That's not the one. And here we go. Next up is the fret slots. And then we cut it out. I can't believe we chewed that up, man. There's got to be a way that it doesn't overlap that. Yeah, I'll have to go through the settings and find out why. Just take a chunk out of that fretboard right there. Next will be the slots with the frets. Then we'll flip it over and cut it out. Do an actual neck for the big chunk out of it. That's the only way to fix that would be to add that fretboard height shape to that neck slot. And remodel it. I think that's 5 minutes. I think I see what it's doing now. Oh man, that was going to be so beautiful. Well, only made one mistake in making the neck, so that's not bad. Bad odds. Let's go see if we got any mail. Mom probably got the mail. Knowing her. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. Did the mailman come?
Yeah.
Where did they bring you anything?
Come here to look in there. This is over here, right here.
They bring you any bills or anything?
Well, there's and this, but I don't know. They cut Jane TV.
That's you, but I was looking for the mail. They didn't bring you no mail? Okay.
If they gone,
Yeah. Oh, there's some out in the mailbox. I'll get it. junk mail. Just got to make sure though she doesn't get it. Though. She'll hide everything. Ooh, it's getting a little warmer. Coupons. Yay. A whole bunch of stuff I don't need. Yeah, I'm gonna have to include the make the radius a little bit taller than that neck, that fretboard. Well, not bad for a first try though. See, that's what it just took this big chunk out, like right there, and I thought I had that fixed. So this big chunk came out again on our thing and shouldn't do that. While that's finishing, I'm going to go upstairs and cut and do the fret slot thing. You guys are still on the microphone. I can hear y'all. I mean, y'all can hear me. Okay, so we're up here on the software for upstairs, and my mom just came out. So we get up here on this software, and we go fretted slot radius, and we go save toolpath. Okay, so supposedly these frets will be aligned with the radius of the fretboard. Prepare the next bit. Let's see what my mom was doing outside. What she's doing, she's running around. Here we go. So let's dig out that bit. Where is that bit? There's a tiny bit. This bit has an 1/8 inch shaft. This thing's almost done. Well, it sure does look nice though. I just didn't compensate for that fretboard thing. But on the software, it didn't show that it was going to cut like that. But I do know how to fix it now. The arch has to go up to the top of that fretboard. Come on, Mr. Fretboard. I should be wearing earphones. Oh, they're on my head. Meow, 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 meow. Oh yeah. Bow, 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 bow. Wait till it hits zero. Bow, 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 bow. Wait till it hits the baby zero. Bow, 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 bow. Ooh, you gotta go up, do you? Or maybe we'll take you up. Okay, to go up, do this. Close this. That. Anyway, let's go up. Up the road. Rocking further. Putting in the tiny bit, putting in the tiny bit. Gotta put in the tiny bit, gotta put in. Oops, gotta take this chuck all the way out. So we gotta take out the 1/4 inch chuck. And we gotta use the 1/8 inch chuck for this tiny little bit. You're a tiny bit. You don't ever quit. Cause you're a tiny bit. A tiny bit. You're a tiny bit. This thing up in here. Tighten it with this thing here. Oh, it's tight. Ooh, shut this stuff over here. Delicate work, delicate work, delicate work. Here we go. I need to get this up where I don't have to bend over like a hunch, hunchback. I don't want to be a hunchback. All right, so it takes down. And now we're gonna Z this tiny little bit and hope we don't break it just from the Z. Just from the Z, gonna break it down from the Z. Just from the Z, gonna break it down from the Z. And here we go. It's Auto Z, don't you know? Alright. Now supposedly this bit won't break. And I hope not because it's tiny, tiny. Load up. Fret slot radius. Zoom in. Yep. And here we go. Cutting fret slot radiuses. Hoping this bit won't break because it's tiny, tiny, tiny. Ooh, it is working, I can tell, because this brings the Z up and down. That's freaking amazing. We're cutting fret slots. Yeah, man. Although we chunked out a big chunk of our fretboard up there, that kind of peed me off. This looks like it's going to take a few minutes because that bit's so tiny. It doesn't even want to cut fast. It doesn't want to cut fast. This is exciting, man. Ah, it bums me out to cut that neck up like that. That's alright, that's alright. We're cutting the frets, we're cutting the frets. Wish I could see. Come on, baby, let me see. I just want to take a peek so bad. I'm afraid if I pull that off right now, it'll mess up the alignment. It's nice to know the machine can adjust itself for those lower speeds because that little fret thing, 64th of an inch, it's a smaller than that actually. What is this thing? This is a 0.023, whatever that is. That's small. Hot dang, boys, we're cutting wood. We are one step closer to manufacturing great, great guitars. Ugh. I want to see it. Looks like it's got 4 of them done. It's so amazing that this machine can cut to the slope. Like it's cutting a groove along along an arch. That's just mind-boggling. I want to see it. Okay, we're 1/4 of the way through 4 minutes. That takes 20 minutes to do a fret job. We should be able to see the first cut here soon because the brush will be out of the way. And after this, it's just a matter of flipping it over and doing what's called an outline cut. And then we can actually hold it in our hand. Because I know we won't be able to use it because it took a big chunk out of the fretboard up there. I know what to do though now. Each time we make one, we just keep making it better. Oh yeah, there's the first one. Oh, I see you, little fella. Now, originally we didn't want any binding on this neck, so I don't know if these frets. This is all experimental, but I see the first one. I see the first one. Yes, I do. Oh, they look nice. You look real nice. Mm-hmm. Now these are not bindingless. At least I don't think they are. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. This is exciting. I feel like I'm giving birth to something here. I never thought you could cut fret slots. Yep, Eric will probably have me make you next. Next thing you know, man. I'm sure you like that fretboard maker though. That program is just awesome. Man, that looks nice. How many frets we've done? We're almost halfway. So the next time, all we got to do is compensate for that fretboard. I got to arch cut that piece of wood down there so it'll come up a little bit higher so the nut goes in there. We'll know more when it cuts that last fret. That last fret will let us know if it how far bad off that was. Can y'all see the frets? Do y'all like this here? Come on, reverse. There you go. Fret slots away. Oh yeah. Got the fret slots, baby. Cause you're crazy. Get you guys up here a little better. Big thumbs up, man. I need to write a book, don't you know? I know, I know. You know, I know, I know, I know. Look at them. Oh, you're so beautiful. You little slaughter frets on the radius fretboard. No. Got some fretboards with some radius frets. I'm very tempted to put one in there. You know I'm going to do it. I can't stay away from it. Oh, my cell phone fell over. Come here, Mr. Cell Phone. Look at you over here. Point. It's only 2 o'clock. Okay. I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I just want to know. You gotta know what you gotta know. Okay, got the slot perfect, but there's an outline on here that's not quite down to the level of the fretboard. So I see a problem already, and I don't know how to get rid of that. Unless you're supposed to arch it out further, I think that might be the deal, and then it would be perfect. They fit in there perfect with those caps. It should have been out there that much further. Yeah, we're going to learn something from this neck. I can tell you, although this neck won't be the a usable neck, it'll be the because if these little slots, these little pieces on the side should have been smooth too. So we're going to have to expand the neck bigger. Although the slots are perfect, we don't need to mess with the slots. We have to expand the neck at least an eighth inch on each side on the software. At least that. Yeah. We're an eighth inch off each side. Where's these frets at? Did I lose that fret already? There it is. Yep, and that's what the binding is too. So we gotta widen this sucker by a quarter of an inch and leave the slots where they are. Slots are perfect. Fretboard's gotta go eighth inch wider on both sides. Okay, so far we discovered two problems. The arc has got to go an eighth inch further, so we don't have a binding on our fretboards, and we got to find out why that cuts that, or compensate for the cut up there by making the arch taller on the software. As far as the neck, I'll show y'all here in a minute. But we are going to cut this neck out because it's already ruined. I don't think we can use. And with computer guided fret slots, man, they're perfect. You can't make them by hand that perfect. No, the software didn't make it wide enough uh, for the. Here, I'll show you. Okay, this fret wire has a slot in it. See that slot there? Let me put my hand behind it. Yeah, that part didn't come out, so I gotta widen it by that much on each side, so that it'll when we do cut it out, it'll cut out right. It'll lay in right. But since the neck's already ruined, I don't have to worry about it. But we know now. We know that's the only thing left is that eighth inch on each side, and figuring out how to compensate for that arch up there. Now this supposedly I think is the last fret. Might be one more. No, I think it's it. All right. We have successfully cut all the frets. Raise it up. Now we got to take this little tiny thing off. Gonna go to Kroger tonight. Get some hamburgers. Don't you know? Alright. Gotta take this whole thing out. And we gotta put that bit back in here because it will break if we don't. Matter of fact, let's put it back in the professional way, and it don't fit the professional way anymore. Does it? Yes, it does. Okay. That way it can't get busted. This and this go back on here. Nope, not this. This. Because this is going to cut us out. We is going to cut this thing right out of there. Mm-hmm. 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 You are definitely an inch. I am an inch. It's an inch. Don't you know it's an inch? Tighten it. Just take this thing out of my way. Close this program and open up another one. Reset. Move the gantry this way. Okay, now comes the flip. You gotta flip it, we gotta flip it good. We gotta flip it like we're down in the hood. Alright, enough of the rap. We got to flip it, don't you know? Let's start getting a little thin. Oh yeah. All right. Here's what we got so far. We cut a little bit too much out of here. This shouldn't have been that much. Arch fretboard. Now we're going to cut this sucker out. We're going to cut it out. We got to get all this vacuumed up a little bit though. Where is my broom? I don't know why. Why. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. Wait. I like the pegs. Pegs keep it from pegs work good. Let's just put it that way. Oh peg. Oh peg. Now just gotta set the Z and we cut the neck out and we have us one in their necks. Like them fancy people have up there in New York, you know. Woo-hoo. It goes right here, don't you know? It goes right here, don't you know? Oh yeah, oh yeah, auto Z, emergency, auto Z. Yeah, we could do the outline of the neck. Let's get it loaded up here, folks. No G code. Side B, nope, side A. Outline. And go. Meow, meow. Come on, mister. That's also something I can fix right there is I can make it uh, free drop down so I don't have to do all this time right here. But let's let us do its thing here. Then we'll have a neck. Let's see, we are cutting that off a little bit. That's good. It sounds like R2D2 sometimes it goes woo. Come on, R2D8. So far, I see a little bit of sanding, and we can improve on this neck. This neck design can be slightly enlarge it a little bit so that when it cleans, this bit goes around, it cleans it up better. We're almost halfway through this one. I ain't got nobody. Nobody. Come on, Mr. Machine, do your thing. We're about a third through. Another 10 minutes or so. That's what she said. Yeah, I did. Now we're starting to cut through. The neck will soon appear. And that trust I barely missed that thing. Come on, Mr. Trust. Don't you know what we gotta do? Or is it 2 more passes and that thing's done, man. Wow. All right, should be done. Let's get it all the way around one more time and I'll stop it. Don't need no more than that. Well, I better take it off. Then we'll cut it out. Dance all over it. Yeah, we'll give everybody a look here in a second. Home street all right. There you go. One whole deck. Let me cut it out on the bandsaw. Does it work? Yeah, it works. This one's. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So away. Bring this down. So you don't actually cut your whole hand off, just your finger. Alright. Now, let's cut this like this. Now let's flip it over so we don't fuck shit up. Alright, let's see here. You guys, this here, the very first neck with a truss rod in it and a fretboard. The only problem is I have to design this fretboard a little bit wider so that we put these frets in here. Is this the tallest fret we got here? Let's see what we got here. Because these frets aren't supposed to hit the binding. So look at these frets here. Hold on one second. Let's see which one's the tallest. Because the tallest one is the one we want. Man, it's hard to hold all them little suckers up in the air. Dang on you. I'll do it like this. I'm trying to count out these frets here, see which one's tallest. Is this one bigger than that? No. So if we take this tallest one and it goes in here, it's overhanging. So we got to get this neck a little bit wider. Yeah, we're a little short on this neck. So I'll take measurements off these frets and I will find out what we're supposed to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 25 frets. Just curious. Don't want to press one of these in here because, like, I don't want to lose a fret. That would be, now that's just sitting in there. I haven't pressed it in. That would be the object. It's like no binding, and then the fret doesn't stick over the edge. That's just sitting there. It's not pushed in yet. But that would be the ideal thing, is no binding and pushed in. And then that chunk got taken out. I know y'all can't see it, but that's missing a chunk fretboard. We have to figure out why that is. Now this is supposed to be a 1/2 inch thick headstock when we're done. And what is it? It is 0.35. So this thing is too thin on top of taking away that chunk. That's going to take some fixing, man. We got to make this. This is too thin. And it's not supposed to take out this big chunk right here. So that'll be tonight's project, but it's got a truss rod in it. Truss rod isn't wiggling around. Got the truss rod in the center. It feels great, man. I mean, like, if I was going to play this thing, feels great. I almost hate to widen it a little bit. We have to do some research and find out if there's a. I'm fascinated by these frets, man. I want to go ahead and put them in so bad. I might just kind of put some in just to practice. And they are radius to the neck. So the neck is radius, by the way. See the curve in it? And the frets are radius. It is cool too, man. It's nice and beautiful. I wish it would have came out right. That grain, that was a perfect fretboard, man. Mm. Yeah, so this is pretty cool, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and stick some of these in here that aren't the right size, but they won't fit anyway. Yep. Let's see, where's this one go? This one goes way up here. Probably the skinniest one. Now I'm not sticking these in here. I'm just kind of laying them in so that they fit, so I can see what kind of mess I'm making here. Yeah, none of these top frets are gonna make it, are they? Boy, it came close, man. Like putting together a jigsaw puzzle. Got some frets in. Yeah, this wide stuff at the bottom ain't gonna work. This thing should have been at least an 1/8 inch wider at the bottom, as far as I can tell. Man, that was cool. Oh, I better turn off this machine here. You can't be so upset like that. So it takes about what 4 hours to cut a neck once you get it all glued up and ready to be done. Technically, that's about $160 worth of work. That's what we got the little hammer for. Check it out. They're just sitting there. I could press them in here in a little while, but I'm trying to find out if there's enough frets in here to do this without changing the diameter. Too big. Diameter. See what else we got. Be nice if we could get a fretboard out of this. The first guitar one I've done. I've done a lot of banjos. I have never done a guitar or a radius. I've never done a radius. That must be this one. Yeah, it's that one. We might not have to do anything if I can find some more pieces that fit. I don't think we got any though. Man, we might not have to do too much to get this net work or any nets. Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, we're gonna have to widen it just a bit because we're short. Let's see how many frets we got here. So here's what we got so far. Just kind of looking at it. Uh, so what it looks like to me, if you widened it, then it would slide these extra wide ones on down where they would fit where they're supposed to. Because the rest of these are just way too short. Yeah, there's not enough short ones in here. Or I could make my own since we got these snips over here. You could easily snip it up. We'd only have to cut what 2, 3, 4 frets here. So yeah, this is what it would look like, but some of these aren't in here. Pretty cool, eh? Man. Here's this. Well, it's getting close to supper time, so I have to go to get my mom. Let's see if I can read this chat here because all this stuff kind of messed up. Yeah, it is pretty, man. How many frets? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 22. And then there's a nut. And I've got 27 pieces here. This might be the right length. Some of these pieces might have got mixed up. What I'm going to have to do is sit down tonight and get these pieces and check them all. Because you could easily just trim these and it would work. But the object is not to have any kind of binding on here, which is the white stuff that goes around the outside. So if the frets lay in like that, like you don't see any metal coming out this edge over here. Man, it cut it close though, I can tell you that. So we'll have to take a look at all these frets tonight and see what we got, what lengths we got to make sure that this is doing it right. Because according to this, if this is the smallest one we got, it's correct. And everything's correct except maybe some of the sizes got mixed up in the boxes. And we'll have to check all that and mark them. But man, that's our first real neck. It's hard to see in this light, isn't it? It's a cherry fretboard with a black walnut. Now this headstock came out too thin. We'll have to figure that out tonight. But man, that makes me happy. I'm gonna move you guys back over here because the light's kind of messing everything up on you guys. But yeah, it's still messing y'all up, ain't it? But that would have been the Cherry, now you see the stripes down here? I would take sandpaper and get that out before I put these frets in here. But I had no idea that it was not really that hard. I think the hardest thing would be making sure all the frets are in right and stuff. Man, they fit right in there and they're permanent. They're arched exactly like that thing said it would be. Yeah, I'm overjoyed. I'll put the rest of it together. Now see that's something we got to correct. That's got to be taken out of there. It should be like this. I don't know what's happening there. That's one of those things where if we made it wider, the final cut would get rid of that. Here's another thing right there. The rest of it came out perfect. A little rough there. But that can also be done by making this a little bit bigger, and then the final cut would just smooth that off. So we got some thinking to do, man. Show is nice. I wish it wasn't so bright on you guys. It's so bright it kind of makes it hard for you guys to see what it looks like. There, much better. Wouldn't that have been beautiful, man? That's all right. The next ones will be even better. Gotta get rid of that. This little thing here, we're gonna get it to where the machine gets rid of that. I know how to fix that. Just haven't done it yet. A little rough there. Sandpaper would have fixed that. Yeah, this is gonna get interesting. Radius fretboard. I'm gonna make some cigar um, box guitars out of some of this. All right, folks. Man, what a day. And I got enough time to go get my mom some stuff we can cook for supper here. You guys have made my day. Thank y'all for all the donations and everything to help us get this far. We greatly appreciate it. And we hope that yurt. It is a yurt. Today's a big yurt, man. That's a big yurt if I ever seen one. I can't even put it down. It feels like a real good. It is a real guitar neck. It has a truss rod. Yeah, we'll get all this fixed, man. The only thing I can see is maybe I got the wrong frets. I mean, a couple long ones mixed up with some short ones because I know I'm missing these two because there's no more short ones in there. Or I need to move them all down or something, but we'll figure it out. Man, a happy day, happy day. Thanks everybody for their donations and their help. Everybody, even when you comment, you're helping. Anytime you click likes, you're helping. Everything y'all do is helping. I greatly appreciate it. So, it's 3:00. I can go get my mom some hamburgers. I'm gonna cook some hamburgers for us tonight. And if I got enough money, I'm gonna get some tater tots or something. Bag of frozen French fries, put in the old air fryer. That's what it is. Daggone, man! If I just got that, I don't know what happened, man. That. We were so close. The only thing we're really missing is that headstock was sunken down too far and ate out that first chunk of wood that should have been where the nut should have been. But that's all right. The next ones will be better, man. So I greatly appreciate everything. Y'all don't forget there's a Yeah, we got 2 more sitting over here ready to go. I just want to check the software tonight, see if I can fix that last part about the where the headstock's too low and it's cutting into the fretboard. And after that, man, it's ready. I think it's just wide enough. I don't think we have to widen it now that I see these frets. I just think I got some frets mixed up in a bag over there or something. But wow. Yeah. We're about ready, almost ready for electronics. We got about another week and we'll have the body done and that thing will be playing. I wish that first one would have came out. Trial and error, it is, man. That's how you do it. The cool thing about this is everything's stored on a computer. So once you get it to where it's working, it's just reproduce and pick out the fanciest wood you can. The next thing will be making a banjo neck for the bolt together banjo. I ought to make that an arch top too, but I don't think they make an arch bridge. But yeah, man, I'm sitting there staring at it. I wish I could let y'all hold it because it's like it feels good and heavy. Feels solid. Ain't got no frets, dots. I found out how to make these dots. You can drill holes first and pour plastic in there, and that way when it carves the curve, it carves it round. Man, that's a solid, good neck. I can tell that's gonna be a good guitar. If I don't cut my fingers off on these frets. Yeah. Cosmic the Guitar Maker. Got to get that little bump out. That bugs me right there. If y'all can see that little bump. There's a bump goes across there. And that's basically, and there's like a little arch right there. It can be smoothed out a little bit. And that's pretty easy to fix. It's like a paint program. You just smudge it with the software and it'll get rid of that. And that right there kind of bugs me too. It's got a little bit of one right there that needs to be smoothed out. Software will smooth that out. See, if I was playing an E, it'd be right here. No, that's the first or second right. Happy day, oh happy day. All right, guys, I gotta go to Kroger's, get my mom some something I can cook for my mom tonight. So God bless y'all. Thank y'all for the donations. Help, man. I'll talk to y'all later on Discord if y'all are around. And I'll adios. I'll see y'all later. Adios.